how to build the Beamsmasher wonder weapon on Terminus, as well as solve the code for it. Now, I know that I have already posted a video on this, however, with the release of the guided directed Easter egg for both Terminus and Liberty Falls, there's a bunch of new people jumping in to try out the quest, but they're getting stuck at this equation for the Beamsmasher, because the game pretty much guides you with everything telling you what to do, but it doesn't tell you for the equation. So this is the entire process to solve the equation and get the Beamsmasher wonder weapon without any math required as well. I will explain how you can solve the equation, but then I'll also show you just a quick way to do it via a website, as well as I'll show you an alternative method if you want to bribe Dr. Peck for free. Because a new Easter egg got solved that I of course posted a video on to get refunded the money from Dr. Peck that wasn't discovered at the time I initially posted the video. The first things first, you will need to have unlocked power as well as pack a bunch on the map. Of course, the game just guides you to turning on the 3 different generators, so it's very simple. You then need to have the dead wire ammo mod on any weapon, which you can get as loot or buy it via the arsenal, as it's not integrated into the pack-a-punch anymore in this game. In the pack-a-punch room, you need to take the elevator up, but whilst looking away from the pack-a-punch machine, as whilst you are going up, you need to shoot 3 electrical boxes with the weapon that you just attached dead wire onto. You need to shoot them in this exact order. The first one is the open window on the right hand side that you can see right here. The second is the wall 90 degrees to the right. Third and finally is right at the top of the elevator. After you've done that and you've gotten to the top, you can get off the elevator and head over to the lower floor of the living quarters that is near to Juggernog. Here you will find a 4th electrical fuse box that you similarly need to shoot, located on the wall left of the stairs. There is then a 5th box that can be found outside the door nearest to Juggernog, then to the right. Shoot that one and the door next to it will open a secret room. Within you will find Anya Tarnowski trapped underneath the collapsed shelf. Kill her, put her out of her misery, and then pick up the EMF fob from her. After acquiring this item, head over to the C tower. Inside the room right of the elemental pop perk machine, there is a briefcase located on this table with a hand on it. Open up the briefcase and pick up the multiphasic resonator. After picking it up, then place the multiphasic resonator in the oscillation calibrator inside of the research office. Now, there are 2 ways to proceed from here. There's a shortcut way, but it's going to cost you some money, or a long way which requires solving a puzzle. To solve the equation, you need to find and interact 3 laptops on the main island. Each laptop, when interacted with, will show you one of the symbols on the whiteboard, as well as the letter next to it. The first, X, can be found near the C tower heading down the ramp. The second, Y, can be found downstairs from Quick Revive. The third, Z or Z, can be found downstairs from Stamina. You can find the computers in any order, it doesn't need to be XYZ like a lot of people have been saying. Once you interact with all 3 of these laptops, the oscillator will now attach post-it notes with X, Y, and Z symbols on, in which you are able to view them to work everything out. The first and easiest way is to bribe Dr. Peck, who is located with Strauss in the guard room by spawn. If you pay him 5,000 points, you'll just skip this entirely, as the code you need will just immediately show up on the monitor next to him. Instead, the other way is to solve the equation shown on the 2 whiteboards right by here. Interacting with it gives you perspective on the equations, whiteboard, and symbols for each letter. You must match the symbols to the ones on the left whiteboard and extract a number based on the symbol's location on the whiteboard. For example, if the symbol for X is found in the bottom left of the whiteboard, the location for it is 2 minus X is now 22. Equation 1 is 2 times plus 11, aka 2 times 22, which equals 44, plus 11, which equals 55 for equation 1. And on screen right now will be a link to a website which you can check out via the link in the description as well, and this will allow you to just input the 3 different codes you have instead of manually solving the equation yourself. Now, the equation isn't hard, but I do see some people are struggling, so this is great. You can pull up the website on your phone, laptop, computer, whatever, and then just input the code. It just literally takes a second, and then you don't need to do any maths. After solving the equations, input them into the oscillator in order. After inputting the correct code, it will begin to calibrate the location. Wait until the next round, that needs to be at least round 9 or later. I imagine lots of people are going to skip over this solving step though. Anyways, after the calibration finishes, pick up the multiphasic resonator from the machine. You will now be shown a marker pointing towards Castle Rock Island on the east. Sail to the island, in which, upon arrival, you will find a blue orb. Interact with said orb, and it will begin to slowly laser nearby zombies. Kill these affected zombies and pick up the essence they drop. Then, take the essence too and interact with the orb to deposit it. You need to repeat this and do it 3 times. After doing it 3 times, the orb will then fly away. Pick up the multiphasic resonator from the location of the orb. It will now go to Crab Island in the south of the map. Sail again to this island and repeat the exact same step as before. Or I guess you can swim, but it's not as safe. This time, this step will involve a green orb though. The final island is Temple Island in the northwest. Once again, repeat this step, but this time it's a purple orb. Once you've completed repeating this step, pick up what is now the AMP munition. Then the DRI-11 Beamsmasher quest will be completed. If you head over to the research office, you are now able to craft the Beamsmasher wonder weapon at this crafting bench. So yeah, that's how you get the Beamsmasher. Now, if you have decided for whatever reason to spend the 5,000 points to bribe Dr. Peck, which honestly I don't know why you would, because like I say, even if you struggle with maths, the website allows you to solve it in literally a second. But let's just say for whatever reason you can't get the website to work or something like that, you can get fully refunded this money, but it only works if you have spent the 5,000 points to bribe Dr. Peck. You cannot get 5,000 points for free from this. You can just get refunded the money you have already paid, and you must have done it first in order to get it, obviously. After which you need to collect a fish. These can be found in the water of the map. You'll see some bubbles where some of the fish are jumping up, and you can kill them by using explosive weapons, grenades, stuns, semtexes, and if you kill them, it'll automatically add a fish to your inventory. Then if you go over to the mess hall, you'll see that there are some stoves and there are 2 different pans. First, you need to go ahead and collect the oil to actually cook the fish to the right of it, and you can place the fish on either one of these pans, and this is for a separate Easter egg for the Culinary Delight achievement as well as for upgraded ammo mods, but that's not what I'm going to be showing you here today. And I want to give a big thank you to Chad for showing me about this. So if you have collected a fish and you've then picked up the oil, you can just place the fish in the pan to cook it with the oil without adding any other ingredients. If you then wait for 1 round to pass and you go back up to the pan, it will give you 2 options. One is you can eat the fish, and this is basically pointless. There's no reason to do this, or you can instead pick up the fish. So pick up the fish and then you are able to bring it back all the way to Dr. Peck in the spawn, and if you have already bribed him, you will then be able to give the fish to him. He thanks you and says Captain Whiskers will love it, and then he'll give you back those 5,000 points. So this is a great little tip, but it is kind of pointless. It's quicker, like I say, to just use the website to solve the code for you or do the maths yourself. And also, if you leave it too long to cook, it will set on fire, so definitely don't do that. So if for whatever reason you don't want to do the website or you don't want to solve the equation manually, even though both of those only take a second, and you want to bribe Peck, you can get refunded the full 5,000 points via this little side quest to do as well. Hopefully this helps you out for those of you who are doing the guided version of the quest. I'll be having plenty more guides on the channel, so stay tuned and thank you for watching.